Hey everyone, and welcome to Group Three's presentation regarding healthy relationships and college students' well-being. To start, let's briefly cover some of our learning goals by identifying a few of the main concepts that you should be able to recognize by the end of this video. Firstly, we will start by defining healthy relationships and identifying their characteristics. Then, we will examine the effects of healthy relationships on college students' well-being. Thirdly, we are going to identify the signs of unhealthy relationships. Next, now that we know the distinguishment, we will describe different ways for college students to foster healthy relationships into their lives. And finally, we are going to apply our new understanding of all of this and its impacts on the well being of college students by answering a couple follow up questions and going over a brief little summary. So, what exactly is a healthy relationship? A healthy relationship is defined by several key characteristics that foster mutual well being and stability. These types of relationships promote emotional and social wellness, leading to all in the relationship feeling supported and valued. Some of the key characteristics include mutual respect, trust, honesty, and effective communication. Next, what are the effects of healthy relationships on well being? Well, being in a healthy romantic relationship can improve mental well being across all stages of adulthood, while familial relationships can improve social support and can act through psychosocial, behavioral, and physiological health pathways. In addition, social support systems have been shown to even improve academic engagement, which is a huge implication and bonus for college students. On to the signs of unhealthy relationships and how to distinguish them from their counterparts. So, unhealthy relationships can be identified through a list of characteristics, such as control, where one person makes most of or all of the decisions and or tries to isolate the other person from their friends and their family. There's dishonesty, where one person lies to, steals from, or keeps information from the other. Disrespect, where one person makes fun of the other or talks about them behind their back. Hostility and harassment, where one person picks fights with the other and makes the other person feel just unsafe. And physical and or sexual violence, which can manifest itself in a multitude of different ways. Now that we know the difference between the two, how can we help improve our relationships to make them healthier? Firstly, we can practice healthy communication. This means communicating feelings in a calm manner and taking the time to listen to someone else's feelings with empathy, especially when they're pointing out something that they feel like you did wrong. Difficult conversations will arise, but it's okay, and conflict is inevitable. But it's important to remain calm and avoid lashing out at the other person. In addition, don't ruminate on these conflicts or bring up past mistakes. Rather, focus on what makes your relationship special and try and remember to express gratitude. Finally, avoid Gottman's four horsemen. Research has shown that these communication styles can predict the end of a relationship if they are not worked on. So, what are these four horsemen? They are criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. So, when you feel like saying something criticizing about your partner or the other person in a discussion, try and discuss the behavior that made you actually upset and try and discuss it without making the other person feel attacked. If you feel like saying something belittling, try and create a culture of appreciation. Try and limit your passive aggressive comments and instead maintain an environment of warmth and acceptance. When you feel like getting defensive, try and accept responsibility for your actions and use active listening. Also, try and understand the other person's point of view, like from the deep root. And when you feel like stonewalling, check to see if you are feeling a little too overwhelmed and rather try and communicate this. And if you can't communicate it, try and find a time to just return the conversation overall. Okay, now it's time for a quick little engagement activity to see what you learned from this video. Firstly, unhealthy relationships are characterized by control, dishonesty, disrespect, hostility, and harassment, and physical and or sexual violence. And secondly, which of the following is not one of Gottman's four horsemen? Contempt, defensiveness, criticism, or complaining? I will give you a moment to pause the video and collect your answers. Okay, for number one, it is true that healthy or unhealthy relationships are characterized by all of those key characteristics. And secondly, complaining is not one of the four horsemen that we have discussed. Okay, finally, for a quick little synopsis, healthy relationships are defined by mutual respect, trust, honesty, and effective communication. Healthy relationships promote emotional and social wellness, leading to people feeling supported and valued. And social support systems have been shown to even improve academic engagement, which is, again, a huge bonus for us college kids. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching, and here are our references.